Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to our Everyday Move set. This is our 23rd day. I think I've said it before, but remember, you don't have to go any specific order. There's really no specific rhyme or reason, but just something that's a little bit different every day. Obviously, we are going to incorporate a lot more of certain moves than others. But we have 7 days left in this series, so I wanted to give you 20 minute just movement videos. Some of them build a little more heat, as you've probably realized, and others. Some are a little bit more stretchy, rotational, balanced, whatever. So mark down somewhere in your notes on your phone or wherever what your favorite ones are to keep track and revisit them over and over. But today we are going to start on our front, on our hands and knees. So let's come down and we'll just start with our good old child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide. Hinge your hips back and down. Maybe think back if you have been sticking with this sequence for all 23 days. Where were your hips at the beginning when we started this? Where were you in a child's pose? How did it feel? What did your knees and hips, even shins, calves, arms, shoulders feel like? So hopefully you're getting a little more opening in through the hips. You can get your knees a little wider. You can get your chest closer to the ground and your butt all the way on top of your heels. That's all super good stuff. Go ahead and bring yourself up, curl the toes under, and we're going to sit back on our heels a second. If this doesn't feel good for you, there's a couple different things you can try. You can put a towel, a blanket, or a pillow underneath your knees to raise those up a little bit. If you're barefoot, actually wearing shoes does help, but getting those toes tucked under is super important. We need to stretch to the bottoms of our feet. Depending on how challenging or how much it hurts, how painful it is, you might try rolling the bottoms of your feet gently on a little ball, like either a tennis ball or one of those smash ball balls, something like that. So that'll help kind of start breaking up some of the fascia down there if it's gotten a little bit rigid. Let's just clasp our hands behind the back, lift the chest. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Let's take our left ear to the left shoulder and then the right ear to the right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder, and then right ear to the right shoulder. Go ahead and release your hands and take both hands outside your left leg and push into them. And then let's twist to the right and we'll push the other way. Keep those hips level and squared ahead. Other side, let's go to the left. Maybe if you can, get your left hand behind. And then to the right. If you can, right hand behind. All right, let's come back to those hands and knees. We're going to go a couple cat-cow. Put your knees right underneath the hips, hands right underneath the shoulders. Inhale, push your chest forward. Lift the head, slide the shoulder blades down, let the belly sag, and then exhale. Round, tuck that low belly in, tuck your tailbone down toward your heels. Inhale, push the chest forward. Just going one more. And then exhale, round. Tuck everything under. All right, we're going to shift side to side. So kind of neutralize your spine. It's not sagging and it's not rounding. It's just neutral, flat. Push your hips to the left and the right. Nice big swings. Keep the belly contracted. My glutes are actually sore from a workout I did yesterday. So this feels like a nice little stretch in that outside of the upper glute. Okay, go ahead and level off those hips right over the knees, shoulders right over the hands, and then I want you to just pull left shoulder to left hip. So a second ago we did bigger hinges, and now we're just going to do a tight little oblique crunch. So you're just pulling one shoulder toward the hip. It's like it's an accordion. You're pinching in on that side, or a slinky. You have an open side and you're pinched inside. The front of the belly still pulls back toward your spinal column. Feel that crunch, a little bit of heat side to side. Let's go one more each side. All right. Level off, push into that left hand, and then bring your right arm up in front. See if you can get your bicep right by the ear, slide the shoulder blade down, and then we're just going to windshield wiper that arm nice and wide. So bring the hand back to your thigh and then forward, back to the thigh, forward. Make sure there's space between your ear and shoulder. 2 more. And 1. Bring your arm back forward and then point your thumb up. And we're going to go again with the thumb up. Now, you might notice a little bit of a pop or a catch in the shoulder. As long as it's not causing pain, it's okay. It's something to just kind of think about, notice, set in. Maybe if you rotate the shoulder back and down a little more. It's pretty common. I have one, a little thwop, as they go through a certain range. There's no pain that's caused, but I like to be aware of it. I know I just need to keep that shoulder head pulled back and down. All right, last time here. And then we're going to put that same hand behind the head. So still contract behind the back muscles. You want to control that upper body weight, not just putting it in the wrist and the shoulder, the elbow, but try to contract with the back. So we're going to inhale, bring the elbow up to the right, try to keep your hips level, and then exhale, drop the elbow down toward the wrist, the left wrist. Inhale, pull it up, and then exhale, drop it down. Inhale, pull it up. Try to keep those hips level. Exhale down. You got to keep some flexion in the core and the shoulder. Try to keep that shoulder stacked over the wrist. My body kind of wants to start hinging back also, but keep the support system intact. As we're rotating and opening through that thoracic spine, we're also flexing and contracting in the foundational parts of the body. Holding firm, holding balanced. That base of support is so important. Okay, last one, bring it down. This time when you bring it up, I want you to go ahead and extend your arm all the way up. Lift, lift, lift. Try to keep those hips level. Slide the shoulder blade down. And then we're going to thread the needle. So bring that arm underneath the left. Drop onto the outside of that the right shoulder. Your palm on that right hand is facing up toward the sky. Your butt's up in the air. And you can take that left hand and kind of push into the ground to get you a little bit more stretch across the outside of that right shoulder. All right, push into that left hand, bring the body back up, and let's go to the other side. So now, right hand down, right underneath the shoulder, knees still underneath the hips. Make sure that that core is still nice and strong. All right, we're gonna do our windshield wipers. Or run into the wall. Windshield wipers on the left. Slide that shoulder blade back and down. Get the bicep all the way up by your ear. On that right wrist, push in between that thumb and first finger. Make sure you're not rocking out toward the pinky side of the hand. So get a nice even support on that wrist, on that hand. Core stays strong. Get movement through that shoulder blade, that shoulder joint. 3 more. Palms facing the ground right now. Last one, and then we're going to bring our arm back up. Now face your thumb toward the sky and rotate again. Just rotating through that hand changes the whole feeling in the shoulder. Contract through the core. Slide that shoulder blade back and down. 3 to go. Don't hinge back. Last one. Okay, now that arm's going to go behind the head. We're going to inhale, lift, and then exhale, drop left elbow to right wrist. Inhale, lift, and drop. This is building more heat than I would have guessed. Core stays strong. Rotate from that middle spine. Stay strong in the shoulder. Keep it up. The goal is to keep those hips level. Don't worry about how high You get that elbow. 3 more. But just get the rotation in that middle spine. 2, 1. Open up that left arm nice and high. Keep those hips level. And then we're going to thread the needle back under. Put it onto resting on the outside of that left shoulder. Butt up in the air. Push into that right hand to roll over onto that left outer edge of the shoulder a little more. Feels good to stretch that shoulder out after putting all the pressure in it. All right, go ahead and push into your right hand. Bring the body back up. Curl those toes under again. Sit back on your haunches. Roll shoulders back and down. Grab through the hands. Open the chest. All right, and then we're going to come onto our stomach on our mat. Hit up a little scorpion stretch. So we should feel this through the shoulder, the chest, and then all the way through the back. So lying on your stomach, you're going to put your right arm out at a 90-degree angle from the body, palm on the ground. Then rotate over that right shoulder. So the left leg's going to swing behind. You're on the right side of your hip, the right side of your leg, and the left foot goes on the ground behind the right leg, and the knee kind of pulls out away from you. You can use that left hand to kind of push into the ground, give you a little support. I got a nice little lower back pop. Always feels good. Hopefully you can rest your head on the ground. If not, don't worry about it. But if it feels like you have tension in your neck, put a pillow on the ground. Support the head. All right, we're going to come back around. Knee drops down to the ground. We're going to slide ourselves so that we can hit the left side. Left arm out, 90-degree angle, palm on the ground. Push the body over. So the left side of the leg, the left side of the body, left side of the head, that right foot goes behind. So you bend the knee, put the bottom of the foot on the ground, and then that knee kind of opening up behind you pulls, oop, there's my pop, opens and pulls through the chest, the shoulder, and it gets that stretch in the low back. You want to be able to still keep your breath nice and even. All right, and then let's roll back to center. All right, coming back up to our hands and knees. We're going to work a little bit into the legs and the glutes. So find your base of support, shoulders right over the wrists, the hands spread nice and wide. Make sure that you have an even pressure in your hand on the ground, right? Not just rocking out toward the pinky side. Let's start on the right leg, extend it out straight in to the side of you, right? Just completely 90-degree angle, straight out from the body to the side. Push into those hands, pull the elbows back towards your knee, and then you're going to slide through that core, lifting the leg up and then down. So the goal here is to try not to let the hips hinge to the left as much as possible. Find that core. Keep the pressure even from that back knee to the front shoulders. 3 more. Flex your toe back. Last one. Okay, bring that leg around. Now what we're going to do is same leg, right leg, you're going to lift the knee up so that it's at hip height. Then from here, that leg right now is flexed. You should feel the hamstring grabbing. Kick the leg straight back behind you and then pull back in. This is a hamstring curl. So we should be getting into that hamstring. So envision you're trying to squeeze a ball between your glute, your hamstring, and your calf. Stay centered, belly strong. Hips are level. 2 more. And done. All right, we're going to flip around to the other side. Feel free to go ahead and give your hands a little bit of a rest, a shake. I don't know how your guys' wrists are, but I am kind of cautious of that. Sometimes we all have some wrist issues. Remember that you can always put your hands knuckles on the ground so that you have that neutral wrist, and a lot of times it'll really kind of help take some of the pain out depending. All right, so we're going to go to the other side. Find that solid base of support. Push into your thumb and first finger, shoulders wrap down the spine. Find your base of support on that back right leg, and then our left leg is going to come out straight out to the side now. Flex that foot, grab through the core, and then we're going to lift and lower. Be in control. Try to keep those hips level. I can feel myself leaning a little. Brace through the back, grab through the core. Getting into that outer upper glute. 3, 2, and 1. Slide that leg back. Bring the knee up so that it's in line with the glute, belly strong. So make sure you're not sagging. You don't want that low back cow sag, but kind of collect and connect into your core. Keep the back as flat as possible. Now then let's do that hamstring curl. Kick away, curl it in. Kick away, curl it in. Level off through that hip. Wrap those triceps back toward the knee. Two more. Kick it away, press it in, kick it away, press it in. All right, let's go back to that tucked knee under, sitting it back, and let's stretch those wrists. So pull, your arm's gonna come straight up, pull that palm back toward your chest, and then let's go to the other side, left side, pull the palm back toward the chest, and then keep both arms straight out in front of you and just rotate back and forth. Feels good. All right. Perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and come up into a lunge position. A long lunge, a low lunge, kind of like a runner's lunge. So let's put the left leg forward, right leg back. We're going to drop the right knee all the way down onto the ground, right underneath your hip, left ankle, right underneath the left knee. Take your hands prayer position. Keep your back toes curled under, core strong, back flat. Prayer position with those hands, you're going to take the right outer edge of the tricep and clip it outside the left leg and then push into both hands. So those prayer hands, you're pushing the left hand down into the right, and that's going to help facilitate a deeper stretch. So if you want, just stay here, flex into the legs, flex into the core. Otherwise, if you'd like, lift the back knee, core engages, and then barely tap. And then lift, sink that left hip as much as you can, tap. This is 3. We'll go 2 more. Keep that pressure, left hand into right. We're keeping that twist. Last one. Hold a second. Drop it down. Okay, unwind. We're going to take a quick little hamstring stretch so the toe comes up in the front. Drop that right hip down. Reach the chest over the thigh. Just a quick one. And then walk it back forward. Okay, keep that same leg up there. Again, you can keep your knee on the ground or you can lift it. And what we're going for is called a lizard lunge. So you want that left knee right on top of the heel. Hands are inside the leg, and then the knee kind of gently drops out to the side. So hands in, find your lunge, and then let that knee kind of drop away a little bit. Then let the hips drop toward the ground. Open the chest. So keep your thighs flexed, especially the back quad. Pull the kneecap up towards your hip. Flex through the glute, open that knee out. And then let's go ahead and release. Again, hit that hamstring one more time. Toe comes up in the front. Drop the left hip. Reach the chin toward the toes. And then we'll go to the other side. starting with the little lunge and twist. All right, right knee down on the ground, line, right knee. Right foot on the ground, line your right knee right up on top of your heel. Curl the back left toes under. Put your hands at the heart, twist, left elbow outside the right thigh, push into the hands, get that twist first. Try to kind of stack those elbows. Hold here if you'd like, or you can lift and lower. Drive into that right heel. Keep your twist. Keep the core strong and active. Last one, hold. If you're lifting the knee, hold, hold, find that rotation. Try to square off those hips, lift up out of the chest. All right, drop that back knee. We're gonna pull the front toes up. Hinge forward over that hamstring a bit. Drop the right hip down, chest pulls forward. All right, then we're gonna come back into that lizard lunge. So right knee right on top of the right ankle for now. Both hands inside your right foot. If you can, lift the back leg up, that back knee. Pull the chest forward and then open that knee out to the side. Flex into the back quad, that left quad. The belly button still drawing toward the spine. Open the chest, slide the shoulder blades down. You could always try to go onto your forearms here as well, or one, or both. Totally up to you. Pull that left hip forward a little bit more. Take one more second. Okay, and then drop onto that back knee. Hit into that hamstring stretch one more time. So drop the right hip down. Pull the chest toward those toes. Open the chest. Slide the shoulder blades down. All right, let's go back one more time into the curled under knees. We're going to sit on our haunches. Sit those hips back and down. Grasp those hands one more time. Open the chest. And then let's take the left ear, left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. And then this time tuck your chin in, down and along that chest. And then open right or left ear, left shoulder, but then see if you can get it back just a teeny bit more. Stretch a little more through that right side. Pull the right shoulder down. And then tuck, roll, and go over. All right, bring it around. Shake those hands out one more time, arms. Perfect job. Thank you guys so much. As always, I'll see you next time.